Hey y'all, Rick Sky here. Welcome back to another Timepieces for Tomorrow live show. And before we get started, Brad, welcome aboard, sir. Before we get started, Brad's in the house. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing the Ulysses Nardin Maxi Marine Diver. Oh, we got somebody coming in on Skype. Let me pop that sucker up. Let's see what we got here. Hold on, I'm switching over so I can see y'all, hear y'all on Skype. Let's see, here we go. So, who's here with us? Who's here with us on Skype?
This is Hybrid Life.
Oh, Hybrid Life, you sound like you're driving, man. Where are you headed to?
I'm just headed home.
Fun, good.
Is that too much background noise, you think?
No, it's fine. It's very slightly noticeable. I was asking because I heard a little bit of sound back there.
Yeah, no, I saw that you posted the 8:25 timeline, and probably 10 minutes past that is when I'll get home. So
cool.
Join via mobile. I know Trevor's thinking about joining. Are you live right now?
Yeah, we're live right now, broadcasting to the world.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Trevor has some good stories that he's going to talk about today, visiting some ADs that are pretty interesting.
Sweet.
So, yeah. What's on the wrist for you tonight?
I got the Ulysses Nardin Maxi Marine Diver, 42.7 mil with a burgundy dial. What about you?
Actually, I am not wearing a timepiece right now because of what I was just doing. But when I get home, I think I'm probably either going to put on my Hulk or the all gold sub. I've been rocking the all gold sub a lot lately. So
yeah, you said you wear that to the gym too.
Yeah, I do. I like wearing that to the gym. The only frustrating thing is because it's a 99, it doesn't have that quick glide lock. Glide lock. Why can't I think of the latch or whatever? What do they call it?
Oh, the glide lock with the flip lock clasp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my wrists swell up when I work out or if I'm lifting weights. So it'll leave a big indentation. I know I watched your video on you should put a pinky in between your wrist. I don't like my wrist or my watch loose at all. I like it pretty tight.
I like it. Hey, Trevor just joined us. Trevor, welcome aboard.
What's going on, Alex guy?
Not much. Hybrid Life was saying you got some AD stories to share with us tonight.
Oh yeah. Well, I went to a couple of different ADs tonight just to network with them and tell them the watches I was looking for, which are a couple different Rolexes that I'm interested in, and just build the relationship with them and whatnot. So I did that tonight, and earlier I had talked to different ones. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it was a good experience just to interact with them and whatnot. So hoping to get some nice watches soon.
So Hybrid Life was saying he wears his wristwatches more on the tight side, and I do too. I don't necessarily. I mean, I usually try to get a pinky in there, but interesting conversation point. See, there I am. I can stick a pinky in this Ulysses Nardin. How do you wear yours? Do you wear them tighter or a little bit looser?
Yeah, I like it tighter.
That's interesting. We all three do, and a lot of people would argue with that. They would say no, it's better to have. I don't know. I think it just looks if you have a wristwatch that's loose, I think it looks like you. I mean, I don't think it looks professional. I think it looks like you just grabbed something, like putting on a cheap suit that's not tailored for you.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't look professional. It doesn't look classy. The slim, tight kind of behavior with the clothes, jewelry, whatever kind of symbolizes class, in my opinion. So that's why I wear it. I think it looks better. It feels better. I don't want something dangling around, moving around my wrist, especially with the profession that I do. I know other physicians, they wear their watch relatively loose, but I don't like that. I like it pretty tight. I think it looks better too.
Yeah, I'd agree with you for sure. So, Trevor, what do you have on your wrist tonight?
I got the AP Royal Oak.
Nice. That's better than the Hugo Boss.
Yeah. I have a few different cheap watches that I just wear every once in a while because it's like I can't get any money for them anyway. I've like a lot of cheaper watches that I bought. But yeah.
Speaking of cheaper watches, there's a watch, and I'm going to pull it up, and I gotta get the link here. It's a micro brand, and I'm just kind of curious if, and I'm not sponsored by this company or anything. I just ran across it and thought it was cool. Let me pull this up here. I've got to find the email. And just
What brand is it?
Well, that's how micro it is. I can't even remember the brand. I'm having to pull up the email to remember what the brand is here. Let's see. I'm going to pull it up on the screen though, so we can all see it and kind of talk about it, and then I'll explain why I didn't pick it up. Okay, so here we go. It's I'm going to pull up on the screen here so everybody can see it. We're going to go away from Chrono 24, and we're going to look for this. It's a brand called Brew Watch Company. And let's see, Brew Watch Company. Here we go. So this is it right here. They've got several different references. This one already sold out. It was actually available earlier today briefly, and I didn't pick it up. The reason is that I just can't. I don't know. There's something about me. I can't fathom buying a quartz watch. Would y'all wear a quartz?
I think it was the Psycho XKS or 009, whatever. I would. I like that watch.
What do you think about this one?
I wouldn't buy it personally. Just not really what interests me. But I think it's not a bad watch for someone who's looking for a relatively inexpensive watch.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I think it definitely looks better than its price point, but they killed it when they put in a quartz movement.
I have a couple interesting topics that I wanted to discuss with you, especially with Timepiece Trevor on the line, because when you're first buying a first Rolex, or maybe for some people your first watch, that is a bit pricey. Maybe you might get nervous and say, well, what if I lose value on that timepiece? I think a lot of people are reluctant to spend a lot of money because they're afraid of, losing purchasing power or, monetary value. What would you suggest is a safe watch to buy? Why, or what should people be looking for? And maybe we should talk about how watches provide multiple dimensions of value besides monetary. What's your take on that?
Trevor, you want to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, well, my take on it is that, first of all, if you're concerned about value, possible value retention, again, a watch should never be considered an investment. It's probably going to go down. Case in point, this piece right here, this Ulysses Nardin, I bought many years ago. I like it, but it hasn't even caught up with, on the secondary market, what I paid retail. For watches that may be a potential appreciating item, there's certain things you need to look for. You need to, not just the brand. A lot of people are fixated upon, oh, it's such and such brand, and they associate that with something that's perceived as being great. Most every watchmaker has less desirable pieces within its range. Rolex is a rare exception, and I would say probably the least desirable Rolex, which is still super desirable, is the Cellini, the dress watch, only because Rolex is typically known for sports watches and oyster casebacks, watches that you can swim with, wear anywhere. But I would say safe bets. I mean, you probably can never go wrong with the Rolex Submariner. You can probably never go wrong with an Omega Speedmaster Moon watch. And again, with Omega Speedmaster, I specify Moon watch because there are an abundance of Omega Speedmaster references that may be less desirable and less timeless. But if you go with a Hazelite crystal, manual wind, Omega Speedmaster Moon watch, that's probably pretty safe. And then you're looking over in the other brands. I mean, obviously, you've got Patek. You've got pretty much anything from Patek is probably going to appreciate. If you want something that's safe, probably the Patek Calatrava. I think that's something that's probably around for the long haul. In general, I don't look at just the brand. I look at the reference, and I think the reference is is probably more important than the brand. If you're just focused upon the brand, you could get in a situation where you may acquire something that may not appreciate. What are y'all's thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. I think the exception is Rolex. I think, you know, Submariners, GMTs, you'll probably never lose on that, and most likely always win, especially if you're getting it at retail. Nowadays, you might even be able to get it in the gray market and still win if the market keeps going up, which I think it will for sure, because of many factors. I think you made a good point. Like if you're looking at an Omega or a Breitling or a Tag Heuer, Tudor, the thing with those is that there are specific watches that you may buy that may depreciate, 50% the second you buy them. Rolex, don't see that, never have. If anything, the date just you might see are the Oyster Perpetuals. But now you're seeing Oyster Perpetuals that are retailing at $59.99, so about $6,000 that are going for $18,000. I mean, it's crazy. So depending on the brand, definitely I would say focus on the reference. Like you said, I think that's a great point. But Rolex, I think, is an exception to that.
So if you had to say the top 2 wristwatches that you think will probably always likely appreciate, which 2 would you say?
And again, this is for entertainment purposes only, but for entertainment purposes, my 100% would be a Submariner or a GMT.
And again, for entertainment purposes only, I'll add to that, and my opinion's slightly different. Number 1, I would say, would be the Rolex Submariner, and that's the Submariner or the Submariner Date. I think they're equally excellent. And then number 2, I would say, and it's not going to be a Rolex, it's going to be an Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon, just because of the history associated with it.
Yeah, unless they prove the moon landing was fake somehow.
And that is actually something that I feel is a realistic possibility.
Absolutely, especially after watching the new season of American Horror Story.
I haven't seen that. I need to pick that up.
I haven't seen
it. Great series. So, Trevor, what's your take on watches as investments, and maybe do you think there's any type of exception to that, like we were saying?
No, I think they're good investments if you buy them right. Like Rolexes, Audemars Piguets are good, Patek Philippe's, but
Richard Mille.
Yeah, Richard Milles are good too, but you gotta make sure you buy the right ones. Otherwise, you can waste a lot of money on them.
Correctly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, what else do we have in store tonight? Any other questions or?
Well, we got something really big, and it's probably pulling a lot of the viewers. Today is Archibald Chesterfield III's 49th birthday, so he's got an extended live stream. And I didn't realize that when I scheduled this show, and we've got a lot of people. If it wasn't for that, I bet we'd have Marcelo on with us.
Interesting. Archibald Chesterfield III's 49th birthday.
Yeah.
Good for him. Hey, he's been around YouTube for the watch game for a while. He's got that channel, and then he's got Peter Pluta. Is that what it's called?
He's got Archie Luxury, Paul Pluta, Archie Luxury Corporate, and Elite Broadcasting.
Interesting. Yeah, good for him. He's probably one of the OGs when it comes to talking watches on YouTube.
Oh yeah, check this out. And this is public information. Playboard.io. And I'm not sharing anything. This is, anybody could go to this Playboard.io and pull this up. Well, let's see. Did I mistype it? Let me see. I want y'all to see this. Well, not just y'all, but everybody that's watching to see this, because it's pretty fascinating. I had this up earlier. I don't know.
Gosh. Can you see Irish guy's stuff on the screen?
Playboard.co. Here we go. Yeah, can y'all see that?
No, I can only see Timepiece Trevor.
Really? Oh, you're watching the YouTube stream, right? Instead of in Skype.
I'm in Skype.
Yeah, I'm on Skype too.
Oh yeah, if you're on Skype, you'll only see him. But if you had the YouTube stream up on mute, you'd see the screen share.
Oh, let me try that.
Yeah. So this is, and again, this is not. I'm not sharing anything that's sensitive here. This is public information. Anybody can go to playboard.co. But what you can do, you can search for a channel. So we're going to search for Archie Luxury Corporate. Let's see. We're going to try to search for it here. I gotta find the search button. Channel search. Here we go. I must be missing this because there's supposed to be a channel search on here. This is going to blow your mind. Oh, here we go. So Archie Luxury Corporate is called Archie Luxury Livestream. Again, this is public information, everybody that's looking at this. But when we go to Super Chats, and Super Chats are what he pushes during his live streams, he requires people to Super Chat if he's going to read their comments. I'm not going to do that, but it's actually a brilliant marketing play. So when you look down here, you can see his earnings. This is public. This is just Super Chats. So, for example, in 10/22, which is today, so far he's already pulled in $1,452 of Super Chats. The lifespan of this, let's see, September 23rd of 2021, he's pulled in $145,742 off of Super Chats alone.
Wow. And how long?
It looks like it's from September of 2021. And you can see it's broken down by day. Again, this is all public information. Anybody can go to playboard.co and search channels. So
just in the last month, he's made 140,000.
In the last the last 7 days, he's made $5,119.
But you're saying from September 20th, he's made 100 and some thousand off Super Chats?
Yeah, 145,742. If you add all of these up, it's gonna equal that.
From
September 20th, 2021 or 2020?
2021.
Wow.
Oh no, wait. No, I stand corrected. No, you've got a good point. But you can see here per day
that's
he's
so
averaging.
Crazy, though. That's all this Super Chat money?
Yeah, it's just Super Chat. Like today's his birthday stream.
I didn't know he was going like that. Wow.
Yeah, these are daily. Like today, 1,452 so far. Yesterday, 718. He's doing a 2-day birthday, so he's gonna have a birthday stream tomorrow. So I'm assuming that'll be over 1,000. But I mean, even on the low end, look at this far right column. I mean, we're seeing $241. I mean, and that's just Super Chat. You know, that's not all the monetized videos. That's not all of his refrigerator ads. You know, so it's intriguing to look at something like this, and you know, it's a real business. There's Hybrid Life.
Oh, you can see me?
Yeah, we got you now. There you are.
Nice. I can't see anything because I'm just on my phone via Skype in my vehicle.
Yeah, we can see you now. You were, I think you were audio only earlier.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because I was driving.
So, well, what else watch related do y'all want to talk about? I think we're getting some people in here now. I think the word's kind of spread that it's live.
So we all determined that your next watch that you're gonna get is a GMT two-tone root beer, correct?
100%. I got to get past 100,000 subscribers first.
Nice, and that should be imminent, I would say. Trevor's next watch, he's doing a two-tone GMT root beer as well. Mine's going to be a Starbucks Submariner. Any suggestions in the comment section on what kind of watches that we should look at getting next? I'm always looking into new ideas, and sometimes it's hard to decide what watch you should get. There's so many to buy. How do you determine which one do you want next? I think that's a good topic.
That's a great topic. Are you going by what others think, or are you going by what you like in the authorized dealer, or are you loyal to a
Yeah,
certain brand, or?
I guess if you think about it, that's a good topic. When you go to buy a watch, how many people do you think buy watches because it's popular? They may not necessarily like them, or maybe they didn't like them a year ago, but they want them now because it's exclusive. It's a good investment, whatever the case is. Or do you think actually buy because they like the watch?
I think collectors buy because they like the watch. I think that, your average person on the street, maybe someone that they had a career milestone or something, they buy it just for the status. And I think there are two different buyers. I think the people that are buying for the status are trying to go for what is probably perceived as being the most recognizable watch, whereas a collector is going to go more for what they truly want and something that'll help to diversify their collection.
Yeah, I agree for sure. Trevor, when you look to buy a watch, do you buy it because you like it, or do you buy it because the watch is popular? What's your take on that?
Definitely because I like it. Like, I have a certain style I like, and like rose gold, something I really like. That's why I really like the root beer GMT a lot, the two-tone one. But then I also like other ones, just like the Rolex, Starbucks. I really like that one too. But it's definitely something based on like what I like, but also I want to make sure it's a Rolex too, because they're worth the most and the best investments.
Yeah, that's a good point. So investment's definitely a factor. You want something that's going to hold its value. It's definitely something that I think about too. I do like some of the Breitlings a lot. I don't like the fact that if I were to go to a retail AD and get one, that I would lose a lot of money. So that's kind of deterring me from buying some of those. So I'd have to buy them in the gray market. So that is definitely a variable. Irix, do you ever, think about that at all?
Well, and I do, and an odd exception is that the Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 2 that I bought, actually bought it at an authorized dealer, but it's a dealer I have a relationship with in the Caribbean, and I was able to negotiate a substantial discount. Even with that discount, though, it still hasn't, the gray market prices, I would still lose if I sold to the gray market, but I'm about to the break-even point. There are some Breitling references where you don't take as big of a hit because they're so popular, and I'll call them the undervalued Breitlings, the future classics, and I think Super Ocean Heritage 2 is a prime example of that. That's rare though for Breitling because there's a lot of dogs that'll probably never really get out of the gutter. Another question I had in line with what y'all were just saying: what if Rolex? Let's say hypothetically, let's say the resale value wasn't there. What if Rolex was kind of like Breitling as far as Breitling is on the secondary market? Would you still be buying Rolex? Do you like it that much? Do you like it because of the possibility of future appreciation, or do you like it because you feel it's the best made and best looking watch?
I do like it a lot because the best made, best looking. A lot of stuff I learned today about the Rolex, the company, that I didn't really know. I got all the catalogs and things from two ADs today, super nice catalogs. But one of the things they said, they're a very charitable foundation too, that I don't know like too much about it. Hybrid Life, you might know a little bit more, but something about that they like donate a lot of their money. I don't know. Do you know much about that? But whatever it was, it made me even like them even more as a company, and it just shows the quality they put into their watches and the time, and how high quality the watches are.
Yeah, they're definitely not a publicly traded company. I don't know what is their what type of company is it? Is it some sort of trust? Isn't that what they refer to it as?
I don't know. I got to research it more. He was talking about it. The AD that I went to, he was talking about their philanthropy and the charitable foundations they do and things. And yeah, it's not just like a corporation. That's why they're not publicly traded or anything, and they're not controlled by stockholders. So they're not like trying to release a bunch constantly. So they just take their time, and they're intentionally trying to make a scarcity of the watches to make them more valuable as well.
Well, and you made an interesting point there, because when you look at Breitling, for example, Breitling now is pretty much controlled by shareholders, and they when that recently happened, you could tell, the stuff they were pumping out, and now it seems like they've kind of gotten past. Oh, they're starting to get over that hump and release some quality pieces again, like the pistachio dial. What is it? The Aviator. I forget the reference, but it's got a green dial. It looks really nice. It's.
Do those hold their value?
What's that?
Do those hold their value?
Well, with it being a newer reference, it's hard to say. I mean, really the only Breitling that I'm aware of today, I mean, in the past, historically it was Navitimer. That was what put Breitling on the map. But curiously enough, I think Navitimer's kind of lost its vibe. And then also there for a while, the Chronomat was the hot Breitling.
People are sleeping on Navitimers though. They're so cheap.
Oh, they are, yeah, and that's what Breitling is known for, is Navitimer. It's kind of their Submariner. So, I that's a good point. Hybrid Life, people are. I mean, because everything's going to often circles back, and Rolex is the exception.
What do you think of the quality of Tag Heuer, like for just like a beat around watch?
For a beat around watch, it's probably okay. And admittedly, I've seen Tag Heuer in the ADs, but I've always, and maybe I'm wrong, but I've always kind of looked at it as a tier below Breitling and a tier below Omega and Rolex for sure. And
yeah, for sure.
But for a beater, like you're saying, I think just as a wear anywhere, bang it up, don't care about it kind of wristwatch, and you may take a bath if you ever try to sell or trade it. I think it's okay, but it's all relative because you're getting in at such a more accessible price point.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely not like something that you buy for that remain quality, but it'd be like automatic still, and still a way to like make a purchase at an AD potentially just for something cheap to like get in their system and whatnot.
Yeah, and I would, if I was going to go that route, and again, these are becoming more upmarket very quickly. But if I was going to go beater territory, I would probably go Tudor, because it's
yeah, the first AD I went to had Tudors, and they were nice. They had some that had like 18 karat gold on them, and they're like 5,800 or something. But
now those, I bet they're not solid links though. They're probably just a plate. I'm not sure. But,
how much are Tudors usually?
Well, I'm saying the ones that are two-tone, I don't think it's solid gold like the Rolex, the current references.
He said it was. I asked him.
Oh, really? Okay, well then that's news to me, because I think maybe I'll send about Omega, because I think there's a lot of Omegas that are just plated instead of solid, and that makes a difference to me.
I think the dealer's mistaken. I don't think they're solid gold.
No, it's probably plate, but he said it is gold in it.
Oh yeah, there's gold in it, but it's one of those deals like if you're wearing it as a sports watch, as a beater, you scratch it up, then you're not going to see the yellow anymore. You're going to see whatever's underneath.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my sub is pure 18 karat solid gold.
Yeah, so that's never going to show. That's never going to shine another color, and I think that's important in a beater, because there's nothing worse, in my opinion, than wearing something that when you wear it like it's meant to be worn, that it shows how cheap the timepiece is. And to me, now Tudors, if I'm going to get a Tudor, I'm going to get something in stainless steel. I'm not a titanium fan. If I was, the Pelagos. Have y'all seen the Pelagos? The Tudor Pelagos?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mentioned that on the last show, that was one of the Tudors I was going to buy, either that or the chronograph Polar.
Yeah, so check this out. The Tudor Pelagos LHD, which is a left-hand drive. This is actually a highly desirable piece, and there's a few things that make it desirable. Number one, you'll see here, and curiously enough, the red
lettering.
Yeah, the red lettering, and that's only on the left-hand drive. Would you wear a left-hand drive watch if you're right-handed?
Yeah, I just told my AD to get me one of those, so I'll probably have it next week.
Oh, really? Nice. Yeah, so I guess you've seen the Loom and the Bezel.
Love it.
Yeah, so this is unique because it's got the Loom and the bezel. The Loom on the dial is awesome. It's got 1640 feet water resistance, and then the coolest thing about it is the bracelet is you can micro adjust it yourself, or you can set it on this mode that it kind of flexes based upon your wrist
Well,
expansion and contraction throughout the day.
also, the red lettering on the date, most people don't notice.
On the date? Oh, I didn't. That's weird.
How much is that
I'm
one?
telling you, people are sleeping on that. It's going to be a high-end piece.
I did not know
$4,000.
$4,000. That's a nice one, man. Is that like
Yeah, but I
maintaining
feel like
value?
to have a tutor, you need to have a Rolex first, or else you're going to be like, I should have bought the Rolex. But if you already have, 5-6 Rolexes, tutor, great beater watch.
Oh, yeah. I would say, I'll go as far as to say Tudor is the ultimate beater.
Exactly, just like probably Toyota is the ultimate beater car.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the Toyota after you've had a few Lexuses. Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you think about this being titanium, though?
Don't mind it at all.
Is titanium, and this is what I don't know, I've never owned a titanium piece because I couldn't get past the fact that they felt so lightweight on my wrist. It's just personal preference.
It's great for working out, though.
True. Yeah, it is. It is great for working out. Does it?
So if you think about a beater watch, why are you using a beater watch? Because you're probably out and about doing stuff like that. So, I mean, I'd probably almost prefer titanium for a beater watch because when I wear my solid metal pieces or stainless steel, I am kind of cognizant of make sure my wrist doesn't hit the door handle, make sure that my dog doesn't bite my wrist and leave a dent in my link or something,
What other watches have titanium? Any Rolexes?
The new James Bond. What's the new Bond Omega Seamaster?
Yep.
Rolex Seamaster or Omega Seamaster?
Omega.
Let's pull that up. Oh, but first, here's the blue Pelagos. Now, this is not the left-hand drive, but they've got a blue and a black that's crown on the right at the 3 o'clock. But neither of the ones with the crown on the right have the red date and the red brand or reference model number. So the new Seamaster 300M titanium. I don't know the reference number. Do y'all?
I don't off the top of my head. I can look it up quick.
This is it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because you can tell by the logo there, it's a 6 o'clock. So this has, and I think the bracelet is a shark mesh type bracelet. I think the bracelet may be stainless, but I know let's see if it tells the specs. Yeah, Omega Seamaster Diver 300M 007, time to die. No time to die. Yeah, this is the...
Love that watch. I went to the AD, put it on my wrist. The only thing I didn't like was spending $10,000 on it. I'm like, I think I'd rather have another sub.
It's $10,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
What? Wow. Yeah, I would rather have a Submariner for sure.
You can get the NATO strap for like $8,200, but at the same time, I don't want a NATO strap on me at any point. Even when I was a Marine, no, not going.
Well, and you always got to buy, unless it's a dress watch, you've always got to buy it on a bracelet. Because you can always add an aftermarket strap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way too much. Now the other one that's nice, but it's way too much, is the Ed White. Have you seen the Ed White?
Ed White, that's a brand?
No, it's an astronaut. So it's the and this one is sold out. This is gray market pricing because it's in such high demand. But this is a new Speedmaster reference, but they call it the Ed White. But what makes it cool is, I think it's a 39 mil. Let's see. Let's look at the specs. Look at the photos first. But it's got a really nice design to it. It's got, I want to see the back. I can't remember. I think it's exhibition case back. Yeah, exhibition case back. And then I think it's 39 mils. Let's see. I think that's what sets, because the current Moonwatch is 42. Yeah, this one's, it's 40. It's 39.7. But it's a desirable They just call it the Ed White. It was released in 2020, I think. It may have been in 2021. Host Selector, Timepiece, Trevor, your AP is amazing. Kyle C says, dudes, welcome aboard, guys. So I don't know what else looks. What are some other cool watches?
For me, I would say one watch I really liked that I was about to buy on Chrono yesterday, but the guy didn't like my offer, was a Speedmaster Moon Phase with red lettering. He wanted like $7,500 for it. I offered him $5,500 and he didn't like it, but you should try to look it up.
What's the reference number?
Hang on, give me one.
And then Cal C, after we look this one up, Cal C wants us to look up the Longa Odysseus.
Just type in. So the reference number is, it's long, it says. That can't be right. 304.30. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just typed 304.30.
.44.
Okay.
.52.
Okay.
.01.001.
Got it. Okay, so this is the moon phase that Hybrid Life was just talking about. Let me pull this up. Oh, yeah, that looks cool. And it's got the moon phase at the 6 o'clock position. It's got the red text below. Well, it's Speedmaster's in red.
Kind of unique. I liked it.
Yeah, it is nice. You got the moon on a moon watch. Another one, before we go to the Odysseus, is the Snoopy. Have you seen the Snoopy?
Absolutely love that watch. It's expensive, though. It's like 12 to 20 grand.
Yeah, so this is the Snoopy right here. And so you've got that at the 9 o'clock position.
Was this this is an Omega?
Yeah, it's another Omega Speedmaster.
It's like 10, 12 grand.
No.
Did you show that those are selling for like 22 grand or something?
No, this one is more, this is the Eyes on the Stars, the Snoopy, and it's in such high demand. I think it's going way over retail, isn't it?
How much was that retail?
I can get the Snoopy for 12 grand.
Yeah, it's going for 45 on the gray market.
Are you serious?
Yeah, this one now, let's see if there's some others. That one's 35. It's not on a bracelet. Yeah, it's highly collectible, highly sought after right now. If you could get that for 12, dude, I'm not encouraging you to be a flipper, but
wow, that's crazy.
Well, I mean,
Omega Speedmaster.
You want to hear the story I had with my last conversation with my AD?
Sure.
She said, I didn't even ask her about this, but she's like, I think you're in line for a Daytona.
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah. So I was thinking next time I go in there, I'm going to ask for the all gold, and you can look this up. I'm not sure the reference number, but the green dial Daytona.
Oh, that's the one, man.
Yeah, and they know that I love green watches, so they don't think I'm flipping or anything, which I'm not. I collect them. But, I buy that watch for $36,500. It's worth $90,000.
Yeah, here it is right here. Yeah, that's you could do that. You could buy that, sell that, and get you a few tutors.
I would keep it because I think it's going to 150.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to go up. I mean, your standard your Panda and reverse Panda Daytonas are going for, let's see, Daytona Panda, they're going for I think 30, and I think retail they're like what, 8 or maybe 9 or 10. Yeah, they're going for 36. The Panda is. That's just stainless steel.
Yeah, I could get a Panda for sure, no problem. But they know I don't like that watch, so I'm not going to ask for it.
GCF GUVC says Omega needs to reduce the size of their limited editions. No doubt. and so does Breitling. That's kind of what kills their and I think they have a little bit. It's kind of killed them. Let's circle back to Cal C. Thoughts on the Longa Odysseus. So let's go to Longa, Odysseus. This is a controversial Longa that came out. I think, was it this year or last year? People tended to hate it. What do y'all think about that?
What is this that we're seeing here?
It's the Elanga and Soon.
Oh, I think my live stream's behind.
I'm a big fan of that watch brand. A-Lang.
A-Lang. A-Langy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that brand a lot.
Dang, that's nice though. How much does that go for?
It's what, 69.5. I mean, this is high horology. Kyle C says saying steel bracelet. Let's pull it up on a steel bracelet. So here it is.
Kyle C's got some good taste. I like it.
Yeah, that looks nice. Now that's
a beautiful watch.
Yeah, on the other it looked kind of that it's completely different when you put it on steel. GCF says Panda retail, the Daytona Panda that we just saw, he said retail is 13. So again, they're going 13 retail and they're on average 30, 33 in the gray market.
Yeah, retail's like 13.4 or something on a steel Daytona for a Panda.
That's that Longa. Those are pretty neat. I mean, obviously high horology, German.
I'm telling you, Irix, you're gonna get into these Richard Mill games one of these times.
Yeah, once I hit 600,000 subscribers, I want to get a nice boat first.
Okay.
And then once I get that, I'll probably have to get a Yachtmaster too. I got the yacht.
I was looking at a Yachtmaster I saw on Craigslist today.
That's scary. Craigslist.
Yeah, it was, right? You never want to buy them there, but I think he was asking 45, which was not horrible. I mean, in comparison with Chrono 24, they're going for almost 50.
Was that the Yachtmaster 2?
Yep.
Have you seen a Sky Dweller in the ADs?
Yeah, I could get one of those pretty easily.
You like them?
Yeah, I do. It's kind of the one dress watch I really like.
Yeah, they're. I tried one on in Providencialis, the solid gold. It was really nice.
What kind of boat are you looking to get, Irish guy?
Well, it depends on how quickly I get to 600,000 subscribers and how much I pull in when I get to 600,000 subscribers.
600,000 subscribers.
It could be a canoe. It could be a towable. It could be something I'd have to have my own slip in the marina for. You know.
That's awesome. Do you have like lakes nearby you?
Yeah, I got lakes and oceans and all kinds of stuff here in Georgia.
Dang, that's awesome.
Yeah, the East Coast, you got the Atlantic Ocean, and then there's lakes throughout Georgia. But I don't know. Y'all have any lakes close to y'all?
Yeah, a lot of lakes. So yeah, I love boating and everything. Like Malibu's are nice boats, or the Tigers, and those are really fun boats. But it all depends on what you're looking for. But yeah, no, that's exciting to have a boat, or even if you just have like a pontoon or something, it's chill too, you know?
Yeah, just take the grill out on it and grill out.
Yeah, grill out, just be able to swim in the middle of the lake and trailer it in. It's a good life. Like that's like, you know, God created this world with all the nature and stuff. I just like get like peacefulness when I'm in like that atmosphere. So.
That's what's nice about sport model Rolexes, because when you're out in the wilderness, they do so well.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to take, for example, well, here's a good example of what you wouldn't want to take out on your boat. I'm loading it up. Now, this one really went through the roof. Vacheron Constantine overseas. That's not something you take out in your boat and swim with. But these were, I remember as recently as 2017, these were going for like 10.
What's the brand?
Vacheron Constantine. I probably mispronounced it. VC.
They're going for 10 grand?
No, this particular reference, the overseas, or particular model, I should say, it was going around for 10. In the past year or so, they've shot up to like 30-ish. It's crazy.
That's one of the most underrated watches I've ever seen.
Have you seen them in the flesh?
Vacheron Constantine. Yeah. There's a jeweler that carries a lot of gray market watches. There's an all gold one. It might have been the nicest all gold piece I've ever seen in my life.
You know, you've heard of the Holy Trinity, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, Vacheron Constantine, Patek Philippe, and Audemar's Piguet. Supposedly the top three.
They're leaving out Rolex, which I don't agree with.
Yeah, but Rolex is not. So see, that's where Rolex is working with Tudor. You know, they're getting they're positioning Rolex as the top tier brand to compete with the Patek and the VC and the AP, and they're bringing Tudor out to replace Rolex.
Replacing Rolex with Tudor?
Rolex is on par to compete with like Patek and for sure AP. In my opinion, Rolex is higher end than AP.
Yeah, I agree. But the movements, what sets these three aside from Rolex are the movements are such better. Now, that brings up an interesting point. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Oh, shit. If you want a good movement, if you kind of want the value, that would be Jaeger LeCoultre, because you're getting high-end movements. But the thing that makes JLC less desirable is that a lot of people don't really like the cases. It's a great movement, but they're a movement. They sell watches, but they're primarily a movement manufacturer. And they made movements for, like, I think, didn't they make them for AP? Jaeger LeCoultre. JJ.
You should pull one up.
Yeah, so, like, yeah, they're this is just their basic. And I got this cheap as everything. I got a Master Control several years ago. I got a steal of a deal on it. But curiously, mine's not even on here because I got most of these are on a leather strap. I got mine on a stainless steel bracelet. But I mean, they're well above 5 now. I mean, when I was getting into them, they were 3 and 4.
Where do you pick
Honestly,
those?
I have to say, like, watch collecting has become such an obsession of mine. It's like not even a hobby anymore. Like any downtime I have, I'm on my Chrono app on my phone. It's crazy.
It's addictive, but you know, it's one of those hobbies that it's like most anything else. If you make smart moves, you can have something that you can enjoy wearing that will hopefully continue to appreciate.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I really want the Root Beer GMT two-tone after my Starbucks, because people are sleeping on that watch and that thing's going for way more than retail, and it's pretty easy to attain, in my opinion, relative to other sports models.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't photograph well. That's why it's so easy to obtain. And that's actually the truth, because it's you know, and as you know, the Batman and the Kermit and the Hulk were kind of dogs there for a while when they first came out, remember?
When I bought my Hulk,
You broke out. You broke up. Hello. Everybody, we had some connectivity problems, but we're about an hour in, so I want to go ahead and wrap up this live show. It's been a pleasure having both Trevor and Hybrid Life. Look forward to future Timepieces for Tomorrow live shows. Want to remind everyone you can check below. You can find the official Timepieces for Tomorrow merchandise. You can find these sweatshirts. You can find T-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, and a whole lot more. I'm working to design additional merchandise as well, but this is very soft. It fits well. It's just a great, in my opinion, a great piece of comfortable clothing for the season. And it says Timepieces for Tomorrow on it. So, great way to support your favorite wristwatch show. Hope to see y'all all again soon. It's been a lot of fun, and really enjoyed the conversation. Y'all have a good evening.